In this lecture, we will discuss purchasing. We know that purchasing is the first phase of material management, right? Let's define the purchasing. Purchasing is the procuring of materials, supplies, machine tools, and service required for equipment, maintenance, and operation of a manufacturing plant, right? There are various classification of purchases. That means what kind of materials, what kind of orders we made through purchasing departments, right? The first requirement that we want from purchase department is raw material, right? They are the materials which are purchased in their natural state and which needs further processing and fabrication. For example, iron ore, crude oil, rubber, leather, right? Steel sheets, and there are so many depending upon the enterprises. Raw materials differs, right? Components are basically the finished or semi-finished items purchased from directly the vendor companies, right, which is used in which is used in assembly of final object. For example, if we purchase tires from Indus company as a component for assembly of automobile unit, right? Now, third is consumable stores and supplies, right? These are the items which are required in the manufacturing operations, but they normally do not enter into the finished product. For example, lubricants, paper, cleaning compounds, shipping containers, etc. Office supplies, so we required stationery for record keeping, right? Pencils, pens, all these items for stationery, staples, spares and tools. Certain tools and parts are required for repair and maintenance, right? Examples are nuts, hammers, pumps, wrenches, and machine equipments. Various types of machine and equipments are required. These include lathes, drillers, cutters, furnaces, boilers, right? These are the classification of purchasing. Along with these, there are certain objectives of purchasing, right? If we are studying purchasing, the objective of purchasing is to provide an uninterrupted flow of material, right? Buy things very wisely, because it's first step of material management. We know that the objective of material management is to minimize the material cost at any level of the productions, right? So objectives of purchasing are uninterrupted flow, buy wisely, right? Maintain inventories at optimum level. It is the same objective that we have studied in material management, right? There are 6 R's that we study, that we prefer in scientific purchasing, right? And these 6 R are right quality, right quantity, right price, right time of delivery, right place of delivery, right source of supply. That means if you are going to purchase any item, purchase any material, purchase any component, purchase any stationery item, purchase any machine equipment, then it must be of right quality, it must be in right quantity, there should be no spare parts, and if any machine has come, it should not be in idle condition, right? And third, it should be of right price, right? It should be delivered at time, right? There is no delay, there should be no machine halt, there should be no halt of operation due to the delivery of machine equipment, and the right place of delivery, right? That means it should be delivered at right places, and right source of supply means from where we are purchasing, it must be a standard supplier, right? Now, the 6 R's, right? that we practice in scientific purchasing, and there are basically two factors which is highly focused, right, in these 6 R's. This is right quality and right quantity, right. We basically focus on these two. Why? Because the quality of finished product depends upon the quality of raw material and parts of components used in production. If we want to have a finished good of right quality, then we will must use raw material of higher quality, right. And right quantity when discussing, then we know that the purchase department should purchase the materials in right quantity. Excessive stocking or understocking should be avoided. Why? Because special discounts may offer temptation to buy in large quantities, but it involves unwanted locking of capital and space and increase in inventory carrying charges, right. Now we will discuss the certain purchasing procedure which companies, generally companies opt for placing an order for raw material and other to purchase department, right. And these procedures are, first step in purchasing procedure is recognition of the need, right. Recognition of the need means if need for purchasing originates, then we will go to check that need in the inventory, right. If inventory of that product is at the minimum level of inventory, then we will make a demand from purchase department, right. We will make a demand from purchase department to place an order for a particular product in a particular time, right. And for link between purchasing department and production unit, for the want of material, bill of material is used. Bill of material is a very common linkage document which provide a special running requirement of materials, right, from the purchase department to production one, right. Second stage is selection of source of supply, right. Selection of source of supply means the purchase department should have a list of suppliers from different items needed in the factory, right. The information about the supplier is available from the directories, advertisement and various journals available in the market, right. While selecting the suppliers along with the price, other relevant considerations like their ability to supply the required volume, maintenance of quality standards and ability to deliver the given object, the given materials in right time is also checked, right. When once the suppliers are met, then we go for the third step, that is the inviting quotations, right. We will provide that then all the suppliers, all the tenders are invited from the selected suppliers, and these requests for tenders should contain the following data like quality of items to be purchased, quantity to be purchased, and whether the sample is to be sent with tenders, periods of delivery, and earns money, terms and conditions for purchase. There are so many factors which we require for inviting quotations, right. When quotations are met, then we will process the quotations, right. That means we will make a comparative statement by examining each quotations coming from the suppliers, coming from the tenders, right. We will compare it by mainly by price one, right. If material of same quality in same quantity are in a given time of slot of a supplier give a minimum price, then we will go through that supplier which provide the same quantity, same quality, and in a right time of delivery, right time slot. Then we will go through the supplier offering minimum price for the material, right. This is the comparative statement which is prepared while processing the quotations, right. Fifth is, once the quotations are processed, right, suppliers are selected and order is made, order is placed, then the important thing is we companies are not sure, not sure that it will come in right time, then we apply another important procedure, that is placing order and follow up, right? Follow up, which is a main focus point, right? Because follow up gives us the time of data when it is coming to the market, right? When it will come to the market, where it has been, when it will come to the enterprise, where it has been reached, and what will be the time of exact time of coming of materials to the enterprises, right? So this is the follow-up procedure basically, right? Such a sometimes there are so many steps involved in follow-up that you already studied in Unit 3. That is also we say that expediting is the one of the best practice which follow up the order that we have placed for purchasing the materials from various suppliers, right? Now next is receipt and inspection. Through follow up, when the material is reached to our purchase department, the store department, then a careful inspection, a careful receiving and inspection made by the store department, which makes a tally with the quotations and current figure, which makes a tally with the quotations and the materials available at the site. That also involves the physical verification of the object, right? And physical verification of the object along with the physical verification of the payment made for the material at the time of quotations generated and at the time of material purchased from the suppliers, right? Now next is approval of payment, right? Then final payment is made when when material is carefully approval of payment means parts of payments already made for the product and certain parts of payments are left after the material is received, checked quality wise, and when it is approved, then final payment of the material is made to the supplier, right? So this is about the purchasing procedure. Now certain methods of purchasing opted by the companies, and these methods are purchasing by requirements, that is also known as hand-to-mouth buying. Hand-to-mouth buying, why it is called as hand-to-mouth buying? Because in this method the materials are purchased whenever the needs arises, right? And these are basically this method is basically opted in the cases when materials in the cases for purchasing materials which are not required frequently, and to fulfill the emergency production needs, frequent purchases in small quantities, right? Basically these methods are applied only to fulfill the emergency or production needs, right? Whenever there will be the need, then this type of hand-to-mouth buying is made, right? That means if need arises for a particular product, then quotation will be sent to the standard supplier, right? Now purchasing for a specified period. In this method, the standard materials like oils, coolants, stationery and other materials required regularly for the operation and maintenance of the plant, right? They are required in a bulk amount, right? So what companies do, they order these materials for advance. They always orders these materials in advance for a particular period, like a year, like 6 months, right? Because these station, like for example, the stationery is a basic unit, right? For record keeping it is required, so it is already demanded in advance, right? Advantages of such method is that production can be started as soon as the order is received, less working capital, right? Cost analysis is easier, right? Now third is market purchasing. This is suitable when the materials available in the market, right? The material requirements based on production planning are calculated and market trends are analyzed before making purchases, right? Advantages of such method are procurement of material at low prices result in lower cost of production and higher profit, right? And disadvantages are inventory carrying charges are more, large storage space requirement, it locks up the funds of the company. Now fourth is speculative purchasing. To overcome the limitation of market purchasing, speculative purchasing method is adopted, and in speculative purchasing method, an attempt to gain considerable profit by buying an excess of material when prices are considered to be at low point, right? This is made, right, putting the material in advance when the material cost of material is low in the market, right? This is the speculative marketing, right? Sometimes it is very beneficial, but also it also suffers with certain limitations, and limitations are that danger of large losses, possibility of obsolescence of material when material is not being utilized, and large investment in inventories and heavy carrying charges. If you are putting the material in advance, then there will be the large investment in inventories, right? And next is rate contract purchasing. In this method, contracts are given to suppliers to supply the material at agreed prices for a certain period, right? Say around 2 to 3 years. The contract is subjected to review with an appropriate period of notice. Advantages of such rate contract purchasing are: it avoids necessity of keeping large stocks. The time required for calling quotation is saved. There is guarantee of supply of materials because already you have made the supply, where we have made a demand of materials over a long period of 2 to 3 years, right? Disadvantage of this method is that the supply may not be regular, which may cause delay in production, right? Because supply, when you have made already a 2 to 3 years of demand from the suppliers, then you at a certain level you lose the follow-up procedure, right? So there will be the irregularity in the supply, right? Group purchasing. To overcome the limitation on rate contract purchasing, we go for the group purchasing. In this method, materials are purchased in groups or lots in one order instead of placing separate orders for each item, right? Here, number of different materials are purchased in a single order, right? That's why this is called as group purchasing. And what are the advantages? Maximum time is saved by which is going to be in waste through clerical work. Delivery overhead and packing charges are reduced, right? Since the value of each order is more, the supplier may offer the material at cheaper rates or allow some discount on the total value of the order, right? And seventh one is purchasing through Directorate General of Supply and Disposal. That means we going to purchase the item from the governments, right? Whenever the various government department requires the material under rate contract, then they place the orders directly to the concert firms and purchase the materials at rate contract prices, right? Now, the eighth one is centralized purchasing. Centralized purchasing, in a very large firms, there are many branches, sections and other departments, right? If each branch or department buy its own materials and equipment, right? If in large firms, if each branch or department buys its own materials and equipment, it is known as centralized purchasing, right? It is known as decentralized purchasing, right? Word stands for decentralized means each department, each branch is made the requirement of material from the they have their own supplier. They demand the material from the suppliers directly, right? They don't go through the centralized unit, right? But in centralized purchasing, there are major disadvantage over decentralized purchasing, right? High cost resulting from lack of buying skill, numerous purchase in small quantities, poor financial control, they will suffer, right? That when to minimize the cost, and that and they indirectly aid the they indirectly raise the cost of finished good, right? When we opt decentralized purchasing in the department, clear. But when we go through centralized purchasing, what we do in case of centralized purchasing, there is a central purchasing department, and all the departments are directly, they send their requisition through bill of material to centralized purchasing, and purchase officer, there is a purchase officer which makes all the purchasing requirement available to the various department by the suppliers, by the team, by the suppliers which they have selected by the team of their purchasing departments, right? And what are the advantages of centralized purchasing? When we opt centralized purchasing, then there will be reduction in inventory statement, because the purchase department is already in contact with the supplier unit, right? Whenever you have the demand, they will give you the material, they will provide you the material at right time. Economics of large scale buying, right? When number of departments are requesting the material, or buying the material, or getting or demanding the material from purchase department, then purchase department has large number of list of the material, right? And if they demand suppliers from number of materials, then supplier will offer discount on the item, right? Then there will be economy in large scale buying. Decreased volume of paperwork means if there is a purchase department, then there is only one unit which is directly dealing with you can say that purchase department here will be a buffer unit which directly link up the various department to the suppliers, right? So there is the minimization of paperwork which is being done at various department. Now it is being done by only the purchase department. High purchasing efficiency will be there, because there is a single department which is directly holding all the material requirement of the unit, right? And uniform purchasing policy and procedure, there will be the uniform purchasing policy and procedure for various department of large enterprises, right? So this is the method of purchasing, and this is all about the purchasing, right? In further lecture we will discuss the storekeeping.